kill him.
I think the reason being is because...
Hang on. Spoiler warning. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yes, it was, because they kept showing you
it was
all
2015. We're almost at 2017 now.
You haven't seen Ant-Man
Clint, his family. They
I'll
took
still
him
watch
to his
it.
family's house. They said, somebody's going to die in this movie. Oh, let's show Clint with his wife, his kids.
It's going to be Clint.
It's gonna be
And
Clint.
it wasn't Clint.
And it wasn't Clint.
Is it also because there's a different Quicksilver in
That's my guess.
That doesn't matter because they
worked out a deal.
Yeah.
They kind of worked out a deal, but that Quicksilver isn't the same. Isn't Magneto's kids. Quicksilver.
Well, I think what
I
it
don't know.
is, they decided that, I think they were like, I don't know what the actual specifications are, but in my mind, the way that it works is they were like, we'll give you Quicksilver for one movie, but you have to kill him, and you can keep Scarlet Witch. And then we won't use Scarlet Witch.
That's be a fly in the wall kind of a conversation. But talking about Quicksilver in the X-Men movies as well, in the first X-Men movie he appears in, he had that great sequence in the Pentagon during the escape scene. Yes. And I'm wondering if they made. I'm going to throw that out here. Talking about X-Men movies briefly.
I like X-Men movies.
Some of them.
Okay.
In Age of Apocalypse, I'm wondering if Age of Apocalypse was written just so they could do another Quicksilver sequence.
Yeah.
It was.
Which I liked. I got to admit. People didn't like Age of Apocalypse much, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was good
Again,
enough.
they got these major villains that are wimpy. It's like it's a major villain for the X-Men, and it's like they only need like 3 or 4 X-Men to destroy him.
Yeah, that was kind of
It's almost like they're making superheroes too super. Like, yes, we know they're the good guys, we know they're going to win, but they have to lose a little bit more in the movies than
I feel
they
like
have been.
Deadpool comments on this in his movie.
Yes,
he does. He does. He really
When he's
did.
breaking the fourth wall
Yeah,
for
I
like the 20th time.
Yeah.
I love Deadpool and his fourth wall breaks. I've loved him for the past 12 or so years. He's wonderful.
So fun.
I'm gonna
It's a
take
great
you to,
character.
I'm going to take you to the professor. McAvoy or Stewart?
Yeah, I never get these timelines straight. Okay, so keep carrying on with MCU. We've talked about Ultron a little bit. What was the first one out of the box after Ultron?
Well, there was Ultron, then
The
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
And then Ant-Man.
And then
Civil War.
Now
And then Civil War.
Ant-Man
And then-
finishes phase 2, and then we jump
Okay.
into phase 3.
Civil War, of all the MCU movies so far, I would say it's got to be one of my favorites, right up there with Avengers.
See, now I feel bad because I have yet to see this one.
You do?
Oh,
have
so
yet
there's
to
going to
see
be lots of
this one.
spoilers for you,
Uh-oh.
honey.
It's okay.
We're going to spoiler the hell out of it for you. at the
And you
moment.
know, it actually, even though they're superheroes, it shows their humanity side.
Yeah.
Big time, and that
the
their
banter between the
moral,
characters.
their moral dilemmas that they have, and their faiths and their beliefs and their values and things like that, and
And that's what they should be.
when
Yeah.
they
Should
when
have
they
these.
shift vision into the floor.
If there's a 1% chance that you could become evil, oh wait, that's the wrong show.
Yeah, I think. Oops.
Isn't there anything that's
Batman.
12%?
Well-
Everything in the
11, 12%.
11
Yeah, 12% of a player.
I do like one thing as a continuity thing. This isn't a huge spoiler. They bring back General Ross.
Yes.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
Which I
And-
thought was a great touch of the hat there.
And
or tip of the hat.
I like the fact that they've... was it the same actor from...
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I like that. I
Yes.
like that continuity.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
How about you, Kelsey? Did you saw Civil War?
Yeah, I've seen most of the MCU movies.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think they kind of solved their dilemma with the villains being too weak because, like, the villains were the heroes.
Yeah.
They were fighting each other, so they already had these really well-developed, really strong characters, and it was like, oh, well, they're both heroes. I don't know who's going to win.
And that's, I think, the point of Civil War, the original Civil War, not Marvel's Civil War 2, which I won't comment on at the moment.
The new comic book one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Civil War was supposed to make you wonder what side you actually were on. You know, there was no the lines looked clear cut at the beginning, but by the end, after all of the pros and the cons of both sides were out, and the fighting was over with, you're supposed to look at it and kind of go, wait, am I for registration? Am I against it? Do I understand what's going on here? Do I see what Iron Man was thinking? Wait a minute, it was Cap right all along. So it's to make you kind of question all of that. So that the moral dilemma was for the viewer as well as the heroes.
It's like I wanted to be Team Stark, but like the Facebook quiz put me on Team Cap.
Right, and then by the end, I'm like, no, I agree with Stark more.
Yeah,
I
like,
knew
wait,
I
no.
was Team Cap all the way. I hate when
And then your
anyone
Facebook
tries to
post.
put their fingers into my business.
Well, yeah, and
that's why Stark was like Team Stark. It's like, yeah, be Team Stark, except for it doesn't apply to me, but it applies to everybody on my team except for
Team Stark. Support the government getting into your business.
Except for Stark's business.
Except for his own, yeah. Kelsey, you were about to say something, I think. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying Team Cap.
Team
Team Cap. You know what? I'm going to admit, I ended up throughout the course of the movie, I swung back and forth between the sides because I was like, well, that's a good point. No, that's a good point. No, that's a good point.
And I like
They
the
both-
little
they both
hey
had good
underoos.
points.
Yeah, hey, Underoos, bringing in Spider-Man and giving you that little glimpse of Spider-Man.
And getting Spider-Man right.
Getting Spider-Man
after
So nice.
Andrew,
Yes.
After Andrew Garfield
So nice.
just wrecked everything.
You know, I don't know. I think Andrew did a pretty good job with it.
I
I'm
won't blame
like you.
him. I won't blame him. I'll blame the scriptwriter.
There you
He
go.
did a good job with what he was given.
Exactly.
And the
I think-
fact that it was shot in Rochester.
Yes, there you
Yes.
go.
I
love that.
So, Amazing Spider-Man 2 had the chase scene in Rochester, so definitely that is
It's
very
funny.
cool.
It's funny.
Hey,
like,
can we go
watching
back
the scene
to,
going, I know where that is.
Can we go back to Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man 3, where
With
he's
Tobey Maguire?
with Tobey Maguire and
When
his
he does-
creepy
when he does goth.
snapping?
emo Peter Parker.
Emo
yeah.
Peter, yeah.
If you were a person on the street watching Tobey Maguire walk down the street, just snapping his fingers to a song in his head, you would be creeped out.
Oh God, absolutely.
And
probably
I
happens
get
all the
confused
time.
about all the
With the
Spider-Man
song.
movies going over
there's
and
so
things
many
like
of
that.
them.
They confuse me.
But that
trying to
happens all
figure
the
out.
time in New York City.
Yeah. What was that, Kelsey?
I think I'm creeped out with the song.
Yeah, the choice of music was definitely not something you'd hear on the Wii show. Definitely.
And getting from Civil War going into
Civil War goes where?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. And I think Wayne.
Like I said, the only thing is they don't have magic. I was waiting for Doctor Strange that they'd have. I can see how they're going to bring magic into the universe, and it's like, oh, they just did the Clark's Law thing. Any high level of science is compared to magic, that type thing. So I'm saying that's not right.
But I
Wayne,
like the
thing
Dark
is,
Tower.
the director of like one of the execs at Marvel said we're not going to be using everything
gonna
has a
use magic,
scientific
yes, I know.
explanation, and we're going to be doing that in the MCU.
Yeah, and I think
I know, but-
that helps. I think it helps the MCU overall because it gives it a certain kind of like everything kind of gels together a little bit. Now I get Wayne's point though
It's like
because
the gods became aliens.
Yeah.
And now there's no magic. It's just transdimensional physics and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, but I want
which is all well, I mean, I understand for the purposes of the movies where that might be important to help kind of keep things kind of like on a similar feel. Like if you throw magic in, then what becomes more powerful? What becomes
Because he didn't
balanced?
believe in the magic.
Yeah.
The Doctor Benedict Cumberbatch,
But
his
Doctor Strange.
Dr.
Strange.
Benedict
Dr.
Cumber
Benedict
Wizard.
Cumber Wizard.
didn't like
But
being a
that's how it
surgeon.
was-
He
that's
didn't
how
believe
it
in
was
magic.
in the comic too. He didn't believe in it until he had to believe in it. In order to, you're like, you need magic. You need faith to make that work. Like in
Harry
not
Potter.
Harry Potter, and in the vampire movie.
Now I'm going to throw this out here, just a little. We were talking about Benedict Cumberbatch in movies and Sherlock and things that he's done and Star Trek and whatnot.
Smog.
He's another young
And we get
eye
together
candy.
for weekly dinner with my mother, my beloved 74-year-old mother, who has the bone density of a 30-year-old. She likes to remind me of. But I was talking about Benedict Cumberbatch, and she perked up. And because she's watched Sherlock, she's seen a lot of his work, a lot of the movies he's been in, whatnot. And my mother very proudly goes, "Oh yes, I'm a Cumberbitch." The dinner table stops dead at this point, and I stare across the table from her.
Like,
and then
did
I'm,
you really just say that,
She
Mom?
said it. She said it, and she had that smile on her face that
was
says,
proud.
"Yeah." She had such pride in saying it. She goes, "Yes, I caught you." That look in her eye was like, "Yes, Christopher, I caught you off guard, didn't I?" And then I lost it. I am crying and laughing so hard. I think my kids had a better time watching me laughing about it than actually the moment that happened. So I mean, yeah. So we're gonna throw that out. There's a nice little piece of trivia for you. And I know my mom's gonna kill me for the fact that I just announced how old she was.
Fortunately, she probably won't be listening.
You'd be surprised what my mother she still keeps track of her baby boy.
My mom
Chris loves
listens.
you, Mom.
Yeah, she does.
She listens to every single thing I do on the radio.
Damn near. And I know I'm going to get yelled at for my language too.
No swearing.
No swearing.
Cap
Cap doesn't like that. Romanoff. That's enough. All right, now taking morphing magic into high level science aside, we've all seen Doctor Strange at this point, or most of us have seen it?
Yes.
Kelsey, you've seen it?
No.
I have not yet.
You have not yet? Okay,
Spoilers.
so we won't go into spoilers too much, but let's just, our general
I
feelings.
don't mind if you spoil it.
All right.
I thought it was
Let's not spoil it. It is a great movie.
And it is a
And I
newer-
definitely have to
newer
go
one.
see it again.
Great movie,
Yes.
good movie, solid movie.
good.
Yes.
Good movie.
Good, solid
beautiful.
movie.
Solid movie.
Beautiful visuals.
I
movie.
love the twisting and the turning
oh
of
my
the
God.
And I got
buildings
that
and
just
things
from
like that.
watching the
Yeah.
trailers. The visuals were amazing in that. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to the
3D
movie.
little
IMAX
bit
if you
of motion
haven't seen
sickness.
it.
3D IMAX, if you have not seen
Yeah.
absolutely. Ben.
Oh, yeah. All the way.
Absolutely.
All the way.
A little bit of motion sickness on my part.
Well, you have that, though.
Yeah,
You
it was,
have
it was
that.
like a little bit for me, but
Yeah.
but it's still
If
amazing.
you're ever going to drive anywhere with Tanya, she has to be behind the wheel. She has this whole control thing. So,
Yes.
yes. So,
I have a control thing anyway.
but so overall, we're happy with Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wayne, you're good with it.
I liked it
You
except
weren't
for the magic.
the little magic.
Just want magic.
I like the 70s version too.
Right. Okay. All right. So
Where
now
do you want
we're
me to go?
And now what? Spider-Man trailer. Is
we're
that
at the
what's
end.
next?
the
Ooh.
Spider-Man trailer came out recently, Homecoming,
Yes.
and
We got Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 coming out.
If we're looking farther into the horizon, I
So
think
the next
there's like
one
a
is
Black
Guardians of the
Panther movie.
Galaxy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Panther.
What, I'm sorry, what was
so
that, Tanya?
the next one's coming out is Guardians of the Galaxy.
When is
That'll be
that?
for
Summer.
Summer?
May 2017.
Spring. Okay.
It's like May 2nd or 3rd. That,
All right, so
around that time.
it's going to come out right just before the 2017
And
FC3.
when is Spider-Man?
Yeah.
July?
Spider-Man is July,
Yeah, it's in the middle of the summer.
and then Black
Thor's
Panther.
Then Thor
Thor's probably in
Ragnarok.
November, I'm guessing.
November.
It's right around Jules' birthday, November 4, right in that neck of the woods.
Isn't it when Justice League is supposed to come out too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman is supposed to come out when
Wonder Woman's like May or June.
in the
isn't
summer,
it?
right?
June.
Yeah, they're in the summer.
It's going to be a good year if you like superhero movies. It's definitely going to be a good
Woo-woo.
year for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to
I'm going
Spider-Man.
to have to start saving now.
I am too.
But
I am
the,
too.
the trailer for Spider-Man already pissed me off.
How so?
Why?
Why does Peter Parker's best friend already know his secret identity? It's called a secret identity. It's not an everyone knows identity.
No. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh.
There
Everyone
are no
knows
secret
your
identities.
identity.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate that. Oh, I hate it.
Well,
Yeah.
and remember, he's under the tutelage of
Of Iron
Iron
Man.
Man,
Yeah.
who let the whole world know who he was. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise.
Out of curiosity, is Uncle Ben going to be anywhere in there?
No,
Probably in a
Ben's already gone.
No, probably in a flashback, I would
Okay.
assume.
You
who plays-
need the with great power comes great responsibility.
There's got to be a flashback where he says it somewhere
Yeah.
along the
But
line.
then-
Has
Now,
to
my
be.
question is, who do you cast to play Uncle Ben across from Marissa Tomei's Aunt May?
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Nailed it.
You ready? Ready? Wayne? Oh, yeah, you blend.
That's great.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got to be someone older
you know,
and
it's-
sort of good looking.
you
Rob
know-
Lowe.
Rob Lowe, really?
Hugh Hefner.
Okay, I'm doing it. He's fired.
He's fired. He's fired.
Kelsey, you're safe.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Tony's the intern we fired for this podcast.
He's walking home.
The one problem I had with in the Civil War was when they showed Aunt May. It's like, it's Marissa Tomei. She's too hot to be Aunt May.
Yeah, because I mean, I watched the Spider-Man cartoon series in.
Aunt May has always
was
been
old.
the
It's like
older
Aunt
woman.
B,
Always older,
like
yeah.
Mayberry.
She's
Aunt
like your
B.
grandaunt.
I get it. Well,
Yeah.
I get it in the modern society where, families are different. They're shifting. I get it. Okay, there's a
But
commentary
Aunt
on that,
May
but
is
still.
old.
Aunt
Yeah.
May is the
Yes.
lady from the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Herald
and,
of Galactus.
I mean,
and her speech, yeah, and her speech, and Aunt May's speech in Spider-Man 2 with Alfred Molina's brilliant Dr. Octavius.
Yeah.
All right, her speech to Peter, it was almost like she knew she was talking to Spider-Man, and that hero, that person who that speech to this
Not
day
everybody
still
can
makes
be
me
Superman.
yeah
and chances are she probably does know who he is, but it's
Right.
not going to let on to him.
But that
because
speech,
he
to
needs
encourage
to-
him, that hero is that that person always teaches you to hang on, to hold on, to keep going. That one. I mean, to this day, whenever I hear that speech, I still the little tear in the eye kind of a thing. That was a great speech. But then you have this older, matronly woman who right out of the comic books, ripped right out of the comic books. And even in the if you're gonna do a more younger, hipper version of her, in the
You still have to be a strong
in the
character
Ultimate
that
Spider-Man
had to
cartoon
go
series.
through
Anybody
stuff.
see the animated series Ultimate Spider-Man?
Oh yeah.
She can still be the gray-haired older woman, but she's vibrant, she's live, she's but
She's
now,
not Marissa Tomei.
No,
no.
not to knock Marissa Tomei because I love her. She's a great
cousin,
actress.
yeah,
She's
yes.
gorgeous. She's amazing.
But all I
If
remember
she
is
can pull
my
it
cousin
off,
Vinny.
it will be a testament to her versatility as an actress.
Yes.
No, the
Yeah.
wrestler was good too.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't Uncle Ben like a wrestler or a boxer or
No.
something?
No.
Or
No,
No.
you're Daredevil, the father.